There's some shit I've seen in dropshipping that made me want to quit so many damn times. But I pulled through and I'm here to tell you all about it. Is dropshipping for you? Are you strong enough to play this game? Do you have the mental toughness that it takes? And today, we're gonna talk about all these downsides so you can make the decision of whether or not it is for you. The truth is, 99% of people that try out dropshipping fail. It is a struggle to start. You need to cipher through all the information on the internet. You need to find the right courses, the right YouTube videos, the right people to follow in order for you to cipher through the good and bad information. To be honest, when I first started out, it was super difficult to get my first couple of sales. I invested hundreds of dollars into Facebook ads and courses, and the results that I got were zero. I was able to get my first couple of orders after only a few months, but I know some people that struggled for over a year to get those same first orders. So after you take the time to learn so much about dropshipping and finally make your first sales, you will have to deal with what I call an emotional roller coaster. When I started getting consistent sales on my Shopify store, I was ecstatic. It was the best feeling. I couldn't even sleep at night. I woke up at 6 a.m. just to check my sales. It was crazy. But as we all know, after the sunshine always comes the rain. And this is no different. I mean, it's depressing in the beginning when you're making a good amount of sales and then the next day you just stop making sales. After a few years, of course, you get used to this feeling and the highs aren't so high anymore and the lows aren't so low. So that is a good thing, but you won't feel as good when you start making good results again. I personally had a hard time dealing with my emotions when my Shopify store got banned, for example, or when I got blocked on Facebook, and I had to learn how to separate my feelings from my business. And this is a super important lesson for you if you're in the same phase. Another negative point about Shopify dropshipping is that the competition can be very harsh. When you find a winning product, it's one of the best feelings in the world. But one of the worst feelings in the world is getting your winning product ripped off and stolen by other dropshippers that also want a piece of the pie. Sometimes it's fair competition and they just steal your idea, which you can do nothing about, but sometimes they go and steal your own ad creatives and product pictures, which in some cases cost you a lot of money. Of course, you can submit a copyright claim, but sometimes it just kills your momentum. When people use your ad creatives, for example, you will sometimes stop getting results super fast on Facebook or TikTok. And when people don't steal your resources, sometimes they just have a bigger budget than you and they can outbid you on the ad platforms and you can do nothing about it. This is why in dropshipping, you either have to move super fast or take the time to build a long-lasting brand that will be a lot harder to copy because you also have people that really love and support your brand. The next problem that I want to discuss is a problem that I faced on multiple occasions, and it is not having enough cash flow to scale or sustain your business. What I mean by cash flow is the money that you have to support your business. Most people's goal in dropshipping is to find a winning product and scale it, but they do forget about cash flow, which means that they're gonna scale and then they're not gonna have enough money to pay the supplier. This is very bad for a business because if it happens, you can get banned super easily from any platform and then your business is completely dead. If you are more careful about your cash flow, you can prevent a lot of issues. Bans are a dropshipper's worst nightmare. Like I said previously, if your customers aren't satisfied, it can lead to bans from Facebook, TikTok, or your payment processors like PayPal or Stripe. But you can also get banned from these platforms that you need for no reason at all, or at least not one that you are aware of. But in some cases, it's gonna take you months to get out of these situations, and some people just can't afford to lose so much time without making any money. I personally had to deal with Facebook issues for 3 to 6 months before I finally found all the solutions to my problems. And I'll just say this for the people out there that are still dealing with Facebook or TikTok bans, you need to use agency accounts. And the last downside that I wanted to talk about in this video is the legal and administrative part of the business. That's something that all business owners have to deal with, but it's super annoying, especially when you don't have a team behind you that can help you. So if you choose to do dropshipping, don't forget that you have to deal with this side of the business, which can sometimes be overwhelming and super difficult to find information on the internet. So now that we've seen a lot of the problems that you can face when you do Shopify dropshipping, let's also talk about the good parts. But before that, please subscribe to this channel and drop a like because I'm gonna drop some value bombs every week. I think one of Shopify dropshipping's main benefit that most people are looking for is freedom. You can work from anywhere in the world that you want, and you can also get the freedom of working for yourself, choosing your own hours, and running your own business when you start making money. This is one of the main selling points that made me want to start out dropshipping because I was just so fascinated by the fact that you can make a living through your laptop. For many people, this is still inconceivable, but trust me, if you're really persistent, this is something that you can do. I can choose to live anywhere in the world, and I can also decide to work on my own terms. Another plus side of dropshipping is that you learn so many valuable skills that are going to serve you in any other business that you want to launch, and even if you do decide to get a job or something, the skills that you're gonna get are going to be super helpful. When you start out dropshipping, you have to do everything by yourself, which goes from marketing to web design to graphic design, all the way to managing a whole business. There's just so many skills that you can learn when you do dropshipping that are going to serve you for pretty much anything that you choose to do later on. This is why I think that dropshipping is one of the best businesses to start still today, because even if it doesn't work out for you, or even if you decide to go in a different direction, it's the perfect segue business that's gonna get you started. I know so many people that use dropshipping as a first business and then they jumped on bigger opportunities to pursue bigger businesses. Another plus side, which is also one of the reasons that a lot of people are starting out this business, is that you can make a lot of money pretty fast. You can just start out with your laptop and an internet connection, and then you're good to go. And I'm sure you know by now, but dropshipping has made so many young millionaires, and you can be one of them. Lastly, one of the plus side that I experienced with dropshipping is that it's great for networking. You can meet so many people that are in the same exact boat as you. They're trying to get their first results, or even if they already got their first results, they're getting to the next level, and you can just talk with them, discuss with them, you can meet them in real life, you can find them in Facebook groups, and it's just a great community overall. Of course, there's a bunch of toxic people and a bunch of self-promotion, but once you get through that, there's some great communities out there for you to meet people that have the right mindset and that want to grow. And this is super powerful when you're trying to build your first business, to be surrounded by people in the same environment. So now, to answer the question, should you start Shopify dropshipping? You can start by weighing the pros and cons that I discussed in this video to really decide if you want to dive in this business. My advice to you is don't start before you're 100% sure that this is a business that you really want to succeed in. If you're not convinced of that and you just want to try it out on the side, trust me, it's not gonna work out. And I don't say this to scare you, but I know so many people that just wanted to try it out, but they never ended up being successful in this business. Here are some few traits that I found in successful dropshippers so you can see if you're able to relate. The first trait is that you need to be really hungry, and you need to want to succeed in dropshipping really badly. The second trait is that you're not only motivated, but determined to succeed no matter the obstacle that you need to face. The third trait is that you need to want to continually improve and work, whether it's on your business, whether it's on yourself, but you need to continually want to get more knowledge and improve on a day-to-day basis. Now, I'm gonna give you a few questions that you can ask yourself in order to know if you're ready to start dropshipping. Of course, you need to be brutally honest with yourself when answering these questions. Question number 1. Are you willing to try and fail over and over again? Question number 2. How bad do you really want to succeed in dropshipping? If you ask these 2 questions to yourself and find that you have a positive answer, you might be ready right now to start dropshipping. So if you take the decision that you do want to try out dropshipping, you need to really stay consistent and be persistent with it over many weeks, months, even maybe years. If you stick with it and you continually improve, there's no reason why you won't succeed. If you only remember one thing from this video, remember this. The key to success is consistency. If you stay consistent over a long period of time and you improve your skills consistently, you will always end up winning. If you found some value in this video, drop a like. Comment down below if you think you're a good fit to start out Shopify dropshipping. Of course, don't forget to subscribe. I'll catch you next week. Peace out.